I look like a Discord mod.
Discord mod? What does that mean?
You never heard of Discord mods?
What's a Discord mod?
Oh, God. So there's like this stereotype, right? It's like the classic milady type dudes, neck beard, their hair's long, putting back, they never shower, they wear a fedora. Milady.
Yeah.
Actually, you couldn't handle a gentleman like me. We get that. That's like a classic Discord mod where they're like, Kitten, get online. Daddy has to go to bed. And I want to see you before I go to bed. It's just like, cringe.
Oh, my butthole.
Hello, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, and welcome to another installment of the 5 O'clock Reboot. We'll be starting your week off right. We're running along here at a nice, crisp 30 episodes now.
Hardcore.
We were actually talking about it before the actual show, that we were kind of reflecting on where we started to where we are now. Like, all the stuff that we've done, everything that we've ran from the beginning where we were just two dudes sitting in a Discord talking to each other, drinking, throwing up, you know, the same old.
Oh,
and
God.
Now we're recording in-house. We're making things happen. We've got shirts made. We've got everything. I kind of want to make posters.
You want to make posters?
I kind of want to make posters.
Let's make posters, baby.
I kind of
Baby.
So me and Hound were actually talking. We're kind of joking, but I'm kind of serious about it. While making like a Thought Patrol nude calendar.
Like, how nude?
Not too nude. Legal to sell.
Like, sponsoring my cocks a flopping?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking heavy innuendos, but no peepees. But
no peepees, just butts.
I have been excited about this day. I don't know if it's obvious or not, but I'm a pretty big fan of Old Smokey. Very big fan. I prefer their moonshine to most others, and it's a bit sacrilegious to say from literally all the other alcohol companies. But, I mean, even the one that I work at, it's a little sacrilegious, but we don't talk about it. But today, we have something very special.
Oh, my God, I'm so excited.
And a story that comes with it. So,
A story and a bottle of alcohol? These two things have never come together before.
But after I show you what it is, we will come together.
I don't know, man. I may come fast.
It's okay. We support each other.
See, it's a good thing we're not streaming this on TikTok right now, because we would have already gotten banned.
I can almost guarantee that like the account would be shut down. Because that would be like the third time. It's like 3 strikes you're out kind of deal.
Is it really?
I think so.
Oh my God, dude. Like, we should be careful. We probably shouldn't stream on TikTok anymore.
Probably not, because TikTok is full of idiots. Anyway.
Yeah, no, let's just post.
This right here
Oh.
is our Ownby, James Ownby Reserve Tennessee Straight Bourbon Whiskey.
Oh.
Just looking at the bottle itself, I actually, to keep it as fair as possible, I barely looked at this bottle. I went in, I snatched it up, I took it home. I left it, didn't look at it, didn't touch it, didn't do anything. I kept this away from my eyesight because I wanted to share this kind of occasion. This is probably one of the most expensive bottles that we have purchased for this. I'm not sure if we bought anything more than this, but this was $55 plus tax. But I'm pretty sure this is probably one of the most expensive bottles that we have bought. Probably the most money that we spent on the channel besides the equipment.
Yeah.
But whenever I got this, I mean, immediately, whenever I heard about this being a thing, I was like, they have like whiskeys, they have bourbons, things like that. But they never had something that was not Old Smokey.
Right.
But it still is Old Smokey. Legacy of Renegades.
Legacy of Renegade. Oh my God, dude. How poetic.
This shit is actually really beautiful.
Dude, that bottle's speaking volumes.
Lived a man.
Approximately 750 milliliters. Sorry.
Oh my God. Lived a Under moonlight, over mountains, by the dancing light of stars, lived a man by the name of Ownby, who raised a glass and raised the bar. Fuck yeah, dude. Cherry oak barrels. Whiskey's rich, warm, deep caramel, easy sipping spirit with a distinctly southern soul, named to honor the founding father of my family, one of the original settlers of Tennessee.
Now,
Who beat back the British in the Battle of Kings Mountain and faithfully fought for freedom as an over-mountain man in the Revolutionary War. This treasured family secret is now my pleasure to share with you. Joe Baker.
now, do you want to know something that's absolutely wild?
What?
I'm kin to Ownbys.
Are you really?
My mama was an Ownby before she married my papa.
I didn't even know anything about this whenever I got this.
No, whenever, like,
Would you care to
I would love to
examine the
hold
bottle?
this bottle.
It's a gorgeous. I've already filmed B-roll of it. You'll have seen it by now. The B-roll does not do it justice at all.
Absolutely does not. This
It's
is my
straight-
first time seeing this bottle.
It's straight up like a golden ticket, dude. Like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Also, you may notice a sound. If you're on the Patreon, you already know what it is. But if you're not, there's a fan blowing in my face. If you're on Spotify and you're hearing a weird sound, it's because there is a fan blowing on my face so that I can remain cool, so that I can stay awake. And I made an agreement with Alex that for every single time I doze off, I will take a shot of the alcohol plumb straight. And there will be no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But we've procrastinated this long enough. And what's weird is that I chose a whiskey.
That is very odd.
I have chosen a whiskey. Don't everyone stand up and give me a standing ovation at once, but
I was gonna stand, but I would have bumped my mic and
let's not do that. But for your sensational ears, the Peelies.
No. No.
I'm confused.
No.
I'm confused.
I'm sad.
I know that you can't see this right now. Whoa. But it's literally half of the lid. Well, for your sensational ears, I'm going to ruin your eardrums for a second. Just don't mind me. Hey, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, now.
Now, would you like to open the bottle, or would you like me to?
I don't want to take that from you because you are the one who did obtain this bottle. Also, I did commit the sin last episode.
You can do. No, we're gonna do it.
That is true. You're due for
Now,
punishment.
Be ye aware, it does have an inverse dog ear top on the label.
Yes.
So there is that extra seal. So you're probably going to want to try to crack that before you... Or peel it back, or you can just twist the cork and it'll rip, or you can...
We'll do it like mountain men.
Yeah, the reason I was saying, I just didn't want you to like go to yanking it and not get that good sound. Let's go. Hand me that cork.
Hand me the cork.
Hand me the cork.
Now this did just explode on me a little bit. Not too bad. A little bit of droplet.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Smells like every other whiskey.
Oh, you're speaking my language, buddy. I'm so glad that we got another whiskey on this podcast.
Don't come on the channel. Don't come on the channel.
I'm just gonna come on the table.
Don't come in the office. It smells like every other whiskey that I've smelled.
It's my cabin and I'll come if I want to.
You know, one sneeze is basically one eighth of a cum.
You know, it's really funny. Do you want to know what what orgasm is in French?
What?
Le petit mort. You know what that means?
What?
The little death. That is the literal translation. Translation? Translation.
What is it? Post nut clarity get you killed or something?
No, I think it's just like, oh my god, and like somebody like they'll fall over and they're like, oh, you just had a little death, and they're just like, oh, I just came a little.
Anyway.
Let me hand you that cork
Yeah,
back.
we're just going to take that back now. Yeah. Very pretty.
That is beautiful.
The cork smells interesting compared to the bottle.
I can't wait. Oh my god, I can't wait.
Did you grab a...
No, that's why I was asking earlier if it would fit, and you were like, I don't know. So I'm going to go get it.
I was going to say, I would assume that it would fit. That is a very tight-necked bottle. Tight-necked bottle. Sing this song. Doo-da, doo-da. I've become very social in my new experiences on life, so I will stay off my phone as much as possible, but while we sit in this little dead zone, I'll sit on it and just catch everyone up what's going on in my time. We've been doing some moving, boys and girls. I've officially established a better social life. I've been going out to the bar lately, not drinking too heavy, and not driving after. I'm not doing that again. But I'll tell you something. Nothing makes you feel better than finally being able to live your life and just go out and hang out with your buddies, go out and hang out by yourself, do whatever it is that you want to do. And you tend to find that you're in a better position whenever you do that, just mentally, physically, all in all. But man, we've got an interesting day for that. But I want to kind of cover how I came across this bottle, how it came to obtaining this. So I follow Old Smokey pretty closely, right? I follow them closely. I follow a couple of the other shiners around here. I follow King's Family Distillery, just bits and bob companies. But they talked about Ownby, this whiskey that they were going to drop. I was like, okay, you know, I'm not a big whiskey guy, but I mean, it's something that they're proud of, and if they're proud of it, I should find a reason to be proud of it too, right? So I go down to Gatlinburg to get it, and I pay for parking. I get in parking. And I mean, I've got this whole plan set up. Man, I'm just going to run in there, give them my ID, like straight up fling it at them, buy the bottle, run out of there. But I get out of my car, and I do like the routine check: phone, keys, wallet. Phone, keys. I pat my butt. I smacked my cheek. I said, wallet. Where's my wallet? So I start checking in the car. I start checking in this and that and the other, and left my wallet at home. Now my brother's my roommate now, so I text him. I ask him when he's getting off. He gets off in like 30 minutes, right? I say, hey, could you do me like a huge solid? I said, could you bring me my wallet, please? He's like, yeah, man, I could do that. So he gets out. He starts heading my way. I'm awful at giving directions. And he ends up making a wrong turn, so I gotta like run down the street to go meet up with him. But he's in the middle of traffic, so I'm like, we're gonna do this a very simple way. You're gonna pass me my wallet, I'm gonna snatch it from you out the window, you go on your way. And he says, okay, we're gonna do that. And we do that, and I get down there, and I get the bottle, and it was like $55. I did stay a little while longer. I went to some of the music stores and stuff like that and picked up some patches. I'll be getting back into music, so I'm becoming less of a fake fan and more of an actual fan, which is good for me. I picked up some new movies. I picked up Abbott and Costello. I don't know if you've ever seen Abbott and Costello.
Who's on first?
Yes, the very same.
Yeah, they had a lot of good skits.
Mm-hmm. That's actually the DVD that I bought has Who's on First in color. Yeah. I'm very interested to see how this goes, and I'm not expecting it to go very well. Because this is a 94 proof.
I know, dude. This is going to fucking... You know what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna do a 5 o'clock first. Last week's drink, we drank the Kraken, a rum,
Black spiced rum.
a black spiced rum, and I said that I didn't enjoy it very much.
Right.
You guys clearly saw that because I didn't drink a whole lot of mine. So yesterday, because still today, quote unquote, I was sitting with my brother watching The Scorpion King or watching just a bunch of random stuff, and I'm like, I always take the bottles home because I put them on a shelf. I was like, this bottle's like half empty. I was like, I'm not about to pour this out.
Yeah, no.
So I was like, I'm gonna give this the benefit of the doubt. I get it. I get a shot glass. I pour myself a shot, throw it in a cup, open up a can of Coke, pour a whole can of Coke in, take a drink. It was stupendous.
Amazing.
Probably one of the best drinks that I've had on the podcast.
Dude, for real. It was because of the little glasses that I was using. I was using whiskey glasses and mixing a full shot with that, which I drink my stuff strong anyway. You know, like I like to taste the alcohol like with a little bit of the Coke for me, you know.
But see, I'm a pussy. I don't.
And I'm actually going to try it your way this time, which is as you can see by the bigger cups.
We have bigger cups. We have cans of Coke. So things are actually going to be measured. There's an actual precise measurement that we have. We're going to be running it with the shot glasses. 1 shot, 1 can. If we like it, 2 shots, 1 can. Mix and match. See what works.
Yeah.
And then we will kind of just go from there. And we'll cover what we've all done this week. I've done almost nothing this week besides finish moving. I do have some stuff to cover.
Oh, I'm so excited.
You will be very excited. Because I officially outclass you, good sir.
Do you? No way.
I outclass you, good sir. We'll cover it. We'll cover it.
Oh my god. Yeah, we got to get first one's free.
First one's free, ladies and gentlemen.
It's going to get me.
It's going to get me.
Oh boy. Damn it, James.
First one's free.
Such a man.
Not excited about that one.
What is that?
I believe we may have just been let down. That end taste is... My mouth is a little numb.
That's just because of how... Oh, my goodness. Why are you burning so hard? Like, still.
Yeah. That was interesting, to say the least. I'm immediately going to be chasing that one down.
I'm not going to chase it, but...
I'm chasing mine. I don't care. You can call me a pussy if you want to. I'm chasing this one out because that one was just... I immediately felt like vomiting. That is something that's never happened to me.
For a whiskey? Like, for a whiskey, like, it's got good flavor. You know what I mean?
It's got a really interesting...
Like, it is very refined. It does have a very good... and it's got that flavor that you look for in a whiskey, you know, but...
There's something that just feels throughout it that is... It's
like a... It's kind of like there's a bitterness that I don't usually get with whiskeys.
It's
like
very
that,
left field.
That hit me on the back. Yeah, it's not what I expected. I don't want to say it's bad because it's not bad. It's a good whiskey, but
it's... I can't say that it's bad because I don't like whiskey in general, but it tastes interesting. It's not my cup of tea, to say the least.
Right.
But it's very... The frontal area of my mouth went numb.
Yeah, I'm still feeling that.
I immediately felt a churning in my stomach.
Yeah.
I don't know. we'll see how the rest of this goes.
Which then again, that may have to do with the reason I may be feeling a little different because of the way I take shots. Because like I said, I can't.
You're a whiskey guy though. That's the difference.
Well, I can't swallow that much alcohol at once, or I will die. Or that's what my brain has told me anyway. So like, whenever I take a shot, I take 2 gulps. So like, you get that one where it's just like, I don't know any better, and then you have to like sit through that, and then you have to willingly.
Oh, you're having to trick your brain to be like, this is fine. It's only a little bit. Psych.
Yeah. That's gonna hit us like a freaking Mack truck here pretty soon.
Oh yeah.
It's not like the Silver Cloud did us.
No, Silver Cloud
got me high off the gate.
Oh,
out the gate.
The second that I took the shot, I immediately started elevating. Immediately. Like 5 seconds into it, I was already like, oh no.
Yeah.
That went immediately into the bloodstream.
Which I really wish that I had got the other stuff because Noah makes a drink with Silver Cloud called Toxic Waste. If I had thought about it, I would have got that. We may have to revisit Silver Cloud one day, and I'm telling you, trust me.
Well, I can trust now because I've realized the reason why we possibly may have not liked the drinks.
Because we've been mixing them way too fucking strong.
We've been mixing them like a bunch of barbarians instead of getting that and putting the mixers in like an actual measurement.
Yeah.
Because a shot with a 12 ounce is way different.
It's like a 1-to-12 ratio.
That's a 1-to-4.
1-to-4.
Because it's 4 ounces is a typical shot, roundabouts.
Really?
Maybe. I might be stupid.
I thought a shot was an ounce.
I may be stupid.
Ounce and a half, maybe 2 ounces, depending on where you're from. Maybe. I don't know. I don't do this very often.
1.5.
1.5 ounces. So that's about 1.5 ounces. So we're looking at about...
So 12 ounce to 1.5.
3 to 3/24, which is 1/8. It's about an 1-to-8 ratio.
Look at the big brain on Brad. Jesus.
Sorry, in my head I had to convert
that would have taken me 15 years to do.
In my head I had to convert it because I was like, okay, so we got ounces, right? And then I was like, well, 1.5, and I was like, oh shit, how does 1.5 go into 12? So what I did was I was like, all right, well, let's break it all down to halves. So 12 is 24 halves, right? So you got 24 halves, and then you got 3 halves. So 3 over 24 is 1/8.
You're speaking a totally different language right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. I tried to keep up. I passed math by the skin of my teeth.
I was an engineering student my freshman year of college. Fucking love math, dude. Numbers are fun to play with to me.
I mean, they're fun to play with because like I'll do like carpentry and stuff, and I love math whenever it comes to carpentry.
Well, yeah, because it's applied.
Yeah.
Which for me it was just ounces.
It wasn't never ounces for me. It was always like measurements. And I mean, I can build literally just about anything as long as I have the proper tools.
Yeah.
You give me the material, the tools, and the time, I can make you just about anything.
I apologize. I just burped a little. That wasn't bad.
The burps weren't bad, but I want to let's get it going, boy. Ooh,
yeah, I was gonna say let's go ahead and
you gotta get these drinks going, boy.
Let's not let this shit go to waste.
Oh, so I officially outclass you, by the way.
You do. You said.
Me and my brother. I can talk about this because my family doesn't watch my side of anything. I've told them specifically not to, and this is one of the reasons why, so they won't get mad at us for purchases. So we went out to Walmart. I was gonna buy like a 65-inch, right, for like $300. For $300, I was gonna get a 65-inch without a TV and a TV stand and all that. So I was gonna have to go buy a TV stand. So I am with you, actually, with you helping to move the couch in.
Yeah.
So now I have a couch in my apartment. It unfolds into a bed. It's sick nasty.
It's where I will be staying when we move the setup sometimes.
Oh yeah, I kind of want to move the setups ASAP.
Yeah.
So we can just have everything set up and ready to go. We could set up a backdrop behind the couch and everything.
Yeah, man.
I don't like the fact that I keep burping. But right as I got ready to go buy the TV from them, they told me they sold it. That TV was guaranteed to me, and they sold it. Like a jerk.
Yeah.
So you know what I do? I say, fuck it. I text my brother and I say, hey, you wanna go get a TV? He's like, yeah. He's like, we don't need anything fancy, nothing big, nothing to cry about, you know.
Right.
Something simple, 65 inch, 55 inch. And he says, yeah, sure thing. Go down to Walmart, find ourselves basically your exact TV. I was like, this is one Alex has.
Hold up. Ooh. That TV right there?
That TV right there.
That one right there. Isn't it fucking sexual?
I was like, Alex has that TV, and I like the way it looks. And we're looking. They got one. They have yours. Good price.
Mm-hmm.
Then we noticed something else. Same TV. 75 inches.
No way. Oh my god.
Obi-Wan looks amazing. In 4K and 75 fucking inches, buddy.
Dude, we gotta do literally everything at your house now. We have to do literally everything at your house now. The gaming stuff, our playthroughs that we're gonna do.
Oh yeah.
Which, by the way, speaking of the playthroughs, I think we should do the Dark Souls together.
The Dark Souls together.
I think we should do the Dark Souls together.
Do that. You come over sometime after work or on one of our days off. We just play through a session of Dark Souls. And I slowly want to fucking die.
Well, we may need to do that here though because of the... Which I could just bring my console though. Oh my god, dude.
Oh. Yeah, we could do it.
Do we need to shake this up or...
Alex.
I don't usually mix stuff like this that often. Usually I just pour it and go.
Alex. What happens whenever you shake Coke?
It gets bubbly. I meant stir. You know what I meant, stir.
Oh,
I meant stir
you said, do we need to shake it? I was like, Alex, do we need to create a little hand grenade?
An alcoholic hand grenade?
I need to talk to you about something about my job after we're done recording.
Okay. I'm going to use my finger and stir this real quick.
I mean, I just poured it in. That's what stirred it for me.
Ooh. Yes.
It's not bad.
Yes. I will be having another one of these almost immediately.
They say that it has a caramel flavor in it, and that is something that came very forward.
The Ownby has a caramel flavor?
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, which that really goes well with the Coke.
Yes.
Because Coke has the caramel in it, I think, doesn't it?
Yeah, Coke has caramel. But it was very forward, which I'm really not complaining about. It wasn't bad.
That's why you've not been drinking any drinks. Ain't tasted good. This one tastes good.
Yeah, this isn't bad. Still not a fan of whiskey and Coke. Still in denial. But it's not bad.
By the time you get about 2 or 3's in you. 2 or 3. Uh-oh. 2 or 3 of these.
He's arriving.
Nope, I'm not even getting close. We're just starting this journey.
Beginning.
Dude, we've started a new thing at my work. I gotta go in, most of the time, as of late, on the nights that I'm usually off, I've been having to go in and take care of this other thing for a few hours. Which is really fun to do whenever you're expecting to be off from work.
Oh, yeah. The second half of your job.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the other half that just started. I mean, it won't be going too long, and it's a nice little extra chunk of change, and I'm happy. Don't get me wrong. I'm grateful. I do love it. It can be frustrating at times, but by God, I love it.
By God, the money.
The money and the people.
And the people.
I was talking to people today. Fucking New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, Georgia. There was one guy said he was from Missouri, and we were all just talking, having a good time, and I was like, where? I was like, where else? Now, guys, do y'all not understand? I even said this. I was like, do y'all not understand how bonkers this is right now? that we are all just talking, having a blast, and we are from different areas of the country. We've got north, west, south.
Well, that's why I used to work at a place called the Wilderness, the resort.
Yeah.
We loved getting the J1s in because they were from different parts of the country. While some of them weren't very conversational in English, they were still a dream to hang out with.
You're talking about different parts of the world, dude.
Yeah.
These weren't J1s, but
No, but I'm saying, like, it's crazy that you can get along with people so well, even if they're in different parts of the country.
Yeah.
Let alone different parts of the world.
Yeah, man, and so fascinating. Like, that's one of the reasons I love, oh my God, I love meeting people. Like, I love meeting people. It's like my favorite thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I will go up, I will talk to any fucking buddy. I am horrible. Like, it's dangerous. Like, the degree to which I'm just like, so how you doing? Where are you from? What kind of things do you say there? Someone told me today that up, like, way up north, they say wicked. Instead of like, oh, that's very good, they're like, that shit's wicked insane.
I say, believe it or not, I'm a mutt.
We're all mutts, dude.
But like, I'm a mutt of many reasons. Like, my family is from the Philippines.
Right.
Then the father's side of my family, they're from
Angus.
They're from Norway. They're from a lot of those areas. They're from England, Germany, things like that. But I was raised by a mother who was raised in California, who was raised by her mother, who was raised in California, Indiana, you name it.
Oh my God.
I've got lingo for days, and it's annoying because I'll be like, yo, that shit wicked, dude. And they're like, what?
What do you mean, man?
That shit's totally wizard, man. Like, what?
Shit's wizard. Shit's wicked wizard fucking slaunchy, dude. Like, let's get fucking glonky up in here.
Let's get blonky wonky, bruh. And then people are like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, see, you're a mutt. Like that, that's how you say you're a mutt. I'm a mutt of cousins. I don't know if that is something I should just outright say.
I don't know if that translated well or if it's exactly what you meant for it to mean.
It's exactly what I mean for it to mean. Like, my family tree is like 2 or 3 trees that have grown up really close to each other and intertwined.
It's more like a family vine, less than a family tree.
No, it's a family tree, because you know how sometimes there's that tree that, like, branches out and then they'll, like, do this little number, like,
yeah.
like mating snakes?
Yeah.
Kind of like that. Okay, it's not really that bad, everybody. This is all comedy right here.
My sister, brother, cousin is the best mother.
I do have double cousins, though. Like, double cousins. It is insane how close we are genetically. Like, it is redonkulous.
You know, something I've thought about. If things were different, and I, for some reason, happened to be born in California just like my brother, I think we'd be different lives entirely.
Yeah. Definitely, dude.
It runs through my mind all the time. I have these moments where I'll, like, stay up at night and just kind of just think. I don't have anything specifically to think about. I'll just think. And I'll be like, if I stayed in California and wasn't born in Tennessee, how much more different my life would be. I'd probably be one of the pretty hobos, honestly. California's full of them.
Nah, you wouldn't be a hobo, dude. What I do wonder, though, is what you would have found your interest in. Because, obviously we do have our interest in, and we're like, you know what, man? Nothing can shape my interest. But it's the things that you're surrounded by growing up.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the people you're surrounded by growing up. Psychologically, or I say psychologically, things I learned in psychology is, like, as far as sociology goes, you yourself are a mixture of, like, the 5 to, like, 8 people that you spend the most time with.
Oh, yeah.
That is who you are.
Your experiences are built by your experiences in life, by the people who raised you or spent time with you.
Yeah.
I am the person that I am today from my experiences, from the best experiences of my life to the worst, where I've attended so many weddings and so many funerals. So many great things have happened to me. So many terrible things have happened to me. I am who I am because of the things that I've experienced. People always ask me, if you could go back in time and change one thing about yourself, what would you do? I say nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Because one thing, if you change one thing, let's say you didn't meet a person, right? You would not be the same person that you are. If it was a great thing to meet that person, you would not have the same values that you had. Mm-hmm. It was a terrible thing, you wouldn't have learned from that mistake, meeting that person. You
probably would make that mistake and end up being the bad person. You know, I mean, really and truly. You know, it's not even the negative interactions that you have, the negative memories that you have, like...
You have to have them. Like, they're valuable.
Yeah. Yeah. And you want to know something that's wild? This is the only time I'm gonna say this episode. That goes back to that's biblical.
Yeah.
That is biblical. Because David in Psalms was like, Lord, thank you for the good times and thank you for the bad times. This is paraphrase. He didn't, like, this isn't exactly
people
how he said
sitting there. Actually, he said.
Actually, he said, yay unto the... No. But he said, thank you for the good times and thank you for the bad times. You know? And I remember the first time that I read that, or, like, heard that, and whenever we were talking about it...
Sorry.
Thank you for that time, Derek. I'll leave that to you, whether it was a good time or a bad time, everybody. But anyway, you know, it's like, why would you be thankful for the bad times? Well, it's because the bad times teach you. If nothing else, like, even if it's not a mistake that you made, even if it's not your fault, it is a bad time that has caused you to be stronger. Like, you have gained strength. You're more resilient, you know. You know how to handle yourself in these situations now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that can prepare you for so many things down the line. Like, it is everything in life is about perspective. You know, literally everything is about perspective.
It's about how you view it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, you could look at somebody, you know, who came up and said something like that may have been kind of rude to you, right? Somebody came up and said something rude to you, right? You could be like, oh man, that guy's mean. He's an asshole. He's upfront and honest.
We did talk about that today.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. You know?
We talked about how much we love our lovely waitress down at our local Waffle House. Her name is Shannon.
Love her to death.
She's the best.
I hope you find this one day, Shannon. We love you.
We did tell her to look us up.
Whether you have or not, Shannon, I don't care. I'm saying this right now, Shannon.
We love you.
We love you.
Because we talked about, like, we love her so much because she's so brutal to us, but it's because she's genuine. She's not putting on a customer service face. She's not saying, you know, what we want to hear. She's being 100% with us. Mm-hmm. And some people are like, that's bad customer service. We don't need that. Blah, blah. Shut the fuck up. She gets us our food. She keeps our drinks topped off. She does the job that she is supposed to do. And she treats us basically like, well, I can't really say like it's like family, but it's like a kind of family where you guys fuck with each other all the time.
She treats us like human beings.
That's true, yeah.
She doesn't treat us like
we're not customers.
Yeah, she doesn't treat us like, oh, it's just a customer. Oh, it's somebody. Oh, I have to kiss this guy's ass because, like, if I don't, then he may say something bad to my manager. No, she treats us like human beings. She's real with us.
And it isn't just us. Like, no, she's not exclusive to us. She does it to literally everybody. Every single person that comes in, she will treat like genuine shit sometimes.
And they love it.
And it's awesome.
Yeah.
Because she's not putting on this fake persona of like, yes, sir. No, sir. How would you like your back rubbed today? She's like, what the fuck do you want now?
Yeah.
She tells me I can't have coffee all the time. She's like, last time I gave you coffee, you bounced off the fucking walls. You're not going to have that anymore. And then in the middle of it, she'll be like, I'm going for a smoke break. You guys need anything? No? Cool. Like, we don't even get time to answer. She's like, need anything? No? Cool. Okay. I'll be back in 30 minutes. I'm like,
oh my God, dude.
She's so the best.
I'm going to tell you something right now. This is a little off topic, and I'm very sorry. You know how usually when you, like, mix a drink, how you can, like, taste the alcohol really heavy on the back end?
Yeah.
You need to drink your drink. Like, I'm telling you, when you get down to the bottom, you know how usually you can taste a shot? I finished it.
Oh my God.
Since it was just a shot.
This is all we do. I keep talking and I never
No. Since it was just a shot, right? It wasn't bad. You don't, like, get an overwhelming shot at the bottom. you get the whiskey flavor does kind of like come in and creep, but you don't get the burn. You don't get the negative like little bitterness that you got in the beginning. You actually get what I like to envision as James Ownby and Mr. Cola of the Coke
Mr.
place
Coca-Cola.
having a nice conversation together, blending, and it is amazing.
Are they the 5 o'clock reboot?
They may be the 5 o'clock reboot.
Are they the 5 o'clock reboot?
They may be the 5 o'clock reboot.
Oh my god. You're the Ownby.
I was gonna say I'm kin to the Ownby, probably.
And I'm the Coca-Cola.
Yeah. Whoa. Takes me back, and I'm just over here fucking muzzle loader, just fucking redcoats.
I kind of desperately want to go and do a reenactment with you.
Dude, I've not done any rev.
Not any revs. I don't care which one we do. I just want to do something.
That is a ridiculously expensive hobby.
I would do it. I would do it at least once.
And if you fell in with the right people, you could probably get some stuff like hand-me-down stuff. For
Oh
cheap.
no, I would do everything myself. Boy, I'm a cosplayer, bro.
Dude, you and I. Oh my god, dude, you and I could stay
Insert
in a pup.
pictures of me in cosplay.
You totally could. We could stay in a pup tent together, make it like legit. It would suck ass for that weekend, but we could do it legit.
Fuck yeah.
Like because whenever I thought about it, like because I would stay in some of those tents, you know, like a pup tent is tiny, right? Tiny. Like it's a little tiny peg, 2 little tiny pegs, and a little bit of canvas, right? Enough for you to like back wiggle your way into. And I was like, oh my god, you know, and I was by myself in one. And then whenever I was talking about it, they were like, yeah, they used to sleep 2 soldiers per pup tent. For an A-frame tent, like a normal looking tent, they would sleep 5 soldiers in an A-frame. That's enough for everybody to be on top of each other, just like a pup tent. Any other tents that people were staying in, like they would pack you like sardines, buddy.
We're just let it be known here on the 5 o'clock reboot. Alex and I will be cuddling for the reenactment of the Civil Wars, whichever one we decide to do.
Yeah,
And I will absolutely be Little Spoon.
this time.
You will find me 100% always down to be Little Spoon.
Dude, Little Spoon's fucking nice.
Dude, I hate whenever dudes are like, yo, you're Little Spoon, bro. That's fucking weak sauce. Like, bro, it's because you've never been Little Spoon. You don't know what it's like to come home from working from 10 to 12 hours to come home and just be held and just know that everything's okay.
Yeah, man, like, I ain't gonna lie. The first few times I was Little Spoon, I was like, something seems fucking backwards. But, like, it's great because nobody's getting poked in the ass. Like, poked in the asshole. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong.
I mean, sometimes, hey, man, if it slips in there a little bit, you know what I mean? You just kind of
Listen, man, okay, sometimes shit happens. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there is definitely, it is the most innocent position that you can find yourself in because you know that nothing, like, down and dirty is going to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think it's also good for your significant other because that means that you are allowing yourself to be in that vulnerable position.
Yeah.
You're allowing them to cover your back.
Yeah, it shows that you trust them. Like there's so many different like primal aspects that can come into play for. You know, because it also gives them the feeling of the caretaker. You know what I mean? Which, you know, to be fair, a lot of guys are very afraid to show that side. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of guys are like, oh, no, man, I am the provider. I am the man. Like,
And so am I.
I don't need fucking nobody. It's like, yeah, we all help out with that shit. But if you really want to make this stuff happen, sometimes you got to give yourself that little break. And sometimes you got to let somebody else step up to the plate. Because if you don't never let nobody else step up to the plate, what are you going to do whenever you go down and ain't nobody to bat? I fucking said it. I don't care.
See, I'm pretty specific on self-care, things like that in general.
Yeah.
You already know what's been going on in my field.
Hell yeah, masturbate.
Oh yeah, just crank it out. I always talk.
Sorry.
Just crank it out. You'll feel better. Take 2 of these. Call me in the morning. But I always talk about, you know, whenever I get like into a mood, you know, I kind of just let it be, and I don't really talk about my feelings. You know, people ask me how I'm doing, and they something major happened in my life, and a lot of people were asking me, you know, how I was doing, if I was okay, and da da da. I mean, of course, I'm a guy. I don't really care to let people know about my problems, but I also don't need people in on my problems. And this was a problem that I had, right? I don't want to tell people about my issues. So like everyone always asks me like, "Hey man, how you doing? Are you okay?" And it's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." But I mean, like I was pretty rough off. I was not in a good place. It was a very big thing that happened to me. And whenever it went down, I just kind of, you know, you can crack that open. It's okay. Jeez. Ooh. I don't like that sound, the way that it sounded doing that one. But I would always just tell people, like, I'm fine. You know, it's how I was raised. You know, I was raised with the guy mentality. Like, you're a guy, you're fine, live with it, deal with it. Just grit it together and move on. And, you know, even if I was like in my worst place, people would ask me how I'm doing. I just told them I'm doing fine. It's just how I am. And people hate me for it because they always think that, you know, something's going to happen. And I'm slowly learning that, like, it's okay to talk about your problems.
It is okay to talk about your problems. Listen, man, we're all human, and it's an issue. You know what I mean? Like, it is an issue that goes really, it really does go way back. You know, I mean, some of it, in my opinion, can be a little helpful. You know what I mean? Like, while it is okay to cry, you know what I'm saying? Don't cry if you're not hurt.
Yeah.
Don't cry if you're not hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you are okay, be okay.
Yep.
But if you're not okay, let yourself be not okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, let yourself go through that grieving period, because you have you have to feel pain before you can heal.
Yep.
You have to be hurt before you can heal.
Yeah.
You can't just say, "Oh, I'm not hurt." That didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? You're like, you can't just bottle stuff up, because every little thing, like anytime that you don't let yourself like fully work through the things, you know, mentally or emotionally, you're never healing. You may be like, "Oh yeah, dude, I'm totally better from that." You know, but if you never went through it, that's a wound that you're just carrying the rest of your life until you really just confront that, and it'll affect everything. It'll affect things you don't think about. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people don't understand this, man. Like, it is very important to take care of your mental and emotional health. Like, everyone's like, "Oh, you know, that stuff don't really mean nothing." That means everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you know how a lot of people are like, "Oh yeah, mind over matter." You know, power through something. How you gonna mind over matter if your mind's wounded?
Well, see, I like I said, I dealt with this a whole lot. You know, I don't talk about my problems, and the main reason is because, you know, it sounds like an excuse, but I don't want it to be someone else's problem, because quite frankly, it's none of your business.
Exactly.
And that's just how I was raised. But the thing is like, you have friends, you have family, you have people who care about you for a reason. People who ask you if you're okay for a reason. I'm the old-fashioned guy that's like, it's none of your business. You can't help me with my problem. This is my problem. I have to fix it. But somewhere along the way, you got to be like, all right, time to buck up or shut up. You got
to patch that wound, man.
Yeah,
and you got to, and sometimes that takes help.
Well, I was dealing with it for a bit. Now, granted, to kind of narrow it down to like the way that I was raised, I fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Me. No matter what it is, if there's a problem, I fix it. It's my job. Fuck off. Don't touch my shit. Don't touch my tools. Give me back my 10mm socket. Get the fuck out. I fix it.
Yeah.
And if I can't fix it, I shut down, because I have to fix it. That's my job. It's what was hardwired into my brain as a kid. If something in the house broke, I fixed it. If something was going wrong, I fixed it. If someone was unhappy, I fixed it. That was my job. And so, like, I've carried that mentality from childhood to now. If there's something wrong, I fix it. It is my job. I don't care if you know what you're doing. I am the one who goes to fix it. Because, you know, people ask me, I I let my walls down every now and then, and I'll explain my life to people. The great things that I've experienced to the worst things that I've ever experienced. And people are like, you should really talk to people about that. You should go talk to a therapist. My problem. I fix it. They can't fix it. Well, I mean, they're licensed. I fix it. Me. Fuck them. That's a piece of paper. My brain. I fix. Now, granted, I have considered it, but at the same time, so no.
It do be cost some money. Like I understand, dude. Like there have been times that I've considered like that. Well, there were times that I was considering that. Like I mean, I'm good now.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
I'm still in a zone, but as time progresses, eventually I become better, and then I move on from that to find some new thing to make me upset or some new thing to make me incredibly happy. For example, right now I'm in my new apartment. I'm fixing everything up. I'm making a whole lot of new plans. I've talked to you about some of them. I mean, I got a new TV.
Yeah, bro.
I'm reconnecting with friends. I went to the bar a few days ago. And I reconnected with a friend of mine from high school. You never realize how much you've missed a person until you don't talk to them, and then you finally reconnect with that person. It was awesome. Mm-hmm. Just recollecting on old times and just being in the presence of someone who you used to hang out with on a regular basis, whether it was due to school, work, or whatever. It was awesome because I don't go out much, especially in certain statuses of one's life. I don't prefer to go out. I spend my time where it's needed. Most of the time, if I'm in a relationship, I spend my time with the person I'm in a relationship with. If I'm spending time with a specific friend, I give them my time, no matter what. As I'm able to go out more and hang out with people, I develop new friendships, new relationships, new bonds with people, which is awesome. There's a guy who goes to the bar that I usually go to. He goes there all the time. He's like an older gentleman. Always there. Always happy to greet me. I haven't seen him in years. Still greeted me like a friend. I was like, damn. I was like, I haven't been here in years. But he was like, how you doing, bud? I was like, holy shit. Oh, he's still alive. But I was like, hey. Gave him a little fist bump. I'm like, man, how you been? He's like, oh, you know how it goes. And I'm like, man, shit, you know how it goes. He finished his drinks and he went home. Haven't seen him since. It's nice because as guys,
yeah,
if we have a problem, we're taught
fucking take care of yourself.
Suck it up.
Suck it up.
Be a man about it. My way of healing is a multitude of media. I distract myself until I'm ready to face it. I will read books, I'll watch Naruto, anime, whatever, I'll watch shows, I'll watch movies, I will play video games, something to unplug my brain while my brain is set into a different compartment to process the thing that's going on. Recently, I've been trying to adjust my sleep schedule because, as you guys have seen, I am awful whenever it comes to staying awake during the podcast. That was mainly due to stress. We also think that it may be because it gets hot in the room, and then I get a heat comfort, and then I just pass out, which is why I have this guy.
Yeah, and it doesn't. It also doesn't help the fact that we are drinking copious amounts of alcohol.
Correct. Yes.
Well, yeah, dude. I'm telling you, this shit with the Coke is.
I need to stop talking and drink.
Phenomenal. No, I'm not telling you shit, son. Alright, so, for real, like, dude, I understand. Like, you were talking about, like, having to distract yourself with things. There's sometimes, like, when I've been having a rough day at work that I've come home and I've been trying to distract myself with something on the TV. Which, speaking of that, I hate to be this way, but I found something that distracted me hella good the other day. So, there are some docuseries on Netflix.
You told... I should have watched that today.
It's so fucking good. Trust me, you can watch
I need like a reminder for whenever I get like on my time off. I need a reminder.
So you need time to check this out. So There is a docuseries that came out on Netflix not long ago about Warren Jeffs and the FLDS, which is like the Fundamentalist Church of the Latter-day Saints, right? And essentially, they believe in prearranged marriage, or not prearranged marriage, like having, they're a polygamist group, right? And that is one thing, but like that's what it's centered around, like their belief, like I think it's an offshoot of Mormonism, but they believe that if you have more than one wife, like the key to reaching the highest level of heaven that you can get is to have at least 3 wives.
Mm-hmm.
And the highest level of heaven is becoming like a god. The more wives you have, like the more you will have in your afterlife to just have.
What the fuck?
Like, but here's the kicker. You don't get to pick who you marry.
So
there's a guy who gets to pick who they marry, and he's called the prophet, right? And he came and he said, "Hey guys, fuck the Pope, fuck everyone else. I'm the guy. I'm the one." He said, "I'm the one that God picked," right? And everyone was just like, okay, Which, to be fair, it's what they've been raised believing. You know what I mean? Like it has.
How
been
do you
in
know
their
different
brain.
if you don't know different?
Exactly. How do you know? Because all they've been taught their whole life is how the world's bad and how they should stay out of the world.
Yeah.
So they don't go out because they might learn something.
It's kind of like there's like a tradition for, like, I don't know if it's Amish.
Yeah, it's like
or the Mennonites,
Rumspringa,
where they say, hey, you go out into society, experience the world. If you want it, take it, but your family will disown you. You are not allowed back here. If you don't want it, you come back, you live with us, you live a happy life.
Yeah, like that's... See, they gave them the opportunity.
These
They give
people
them
don't.
the opportunity. These people don't. Right? So, the prophet gets to pick who marries who and stuff like that, and at first, like, if you believe really heavy and you're like, oh man, he's the prophet, so he's going to do God's will, right? Just you wait. Because your daughters, right, all the daughters and stuff, once they reach a certain age, they get turned in to the prophet. Turned in. As being like, they're ready to marry. And the prophet says, okay, you're going to marry that guy over there because he has a really good business. And we want to make sure that he has 3 wives because we're taking his business and using his business for the church. And shit like that. You know what I mean? And it's like, and if you turn your daughter in, we will make sure that you get 3 wives. Now, it's not all shit like that, because the prophet can also, at any given time, which he had done, at any given time, get the whole, like, thousands of people congregation and be like, these 7 men are sons of Satan, and they are to be excommunicated. All of their wives and children are not allowed to talk to them. They are not allowed to contact their wives and children. If they try, you are to ignore them. And they are to be kicked out of this community. Their wives and children will be reallocated to other men. That shit happened. And people just followed like fucking sheep. Like dogs on a lead.
But it's the same thing. How do you know better if you don't know better?
I don't know, but some people got the hell out of there. Some people got the hell out of there. Like,
some people
left.
probably wisened up.
Yeah, some people really did wisen up. And those people that wisened up, thank God for them, because they're the reason why the prophet is in prison today. Because what he started doing was, whenever they would notice like some rebellious like teenage girls and stuff like that, they would just go ahead and marry them off at like 14, 15, and 16 years old.
Jeez.
Right? Which is illegal, but their thought was, get them married, get them pregnant, so they'll stay. They'll be locked in because they got a kid. How are they going to leave their kid? You know what I'm saying?
Easy. Take the kid.
You would think.
Yeah, one would think.
One would think. It wasn't always that easy, man. It wasn't always that easy to get out of there. Because you got to think, there are thousands of people. This community was so large, it was a couple cities were the communities. The police department, the fire department, You try to take your kids, you got the police coming after you in that little community. Like, it's a very much get out on the DL, right? But the guy ends up, spoiler alert, this is legitimate history that happened in the early 2000s, by the way. Like 2007 is when this shit got brought back up and he got put away for life. 2007. You picking up one of them down? Listen, 2007.
I was 10 years old.
That was 15 years ago. 15 years ago. That's nothing in the span of history. 15 years ago, and the community's still legit. He's still giving sermons and revelations from prison. People go visit, like the community will go visit him in prison, and he'll be like, God has revealed this to me. And they'll just take notes, and they'll go and spread his word in their community. He's still arranging marriages from prison. But anyway.
You might just have to go join that community a little bit, you know what I mean?
Shit, actually, I was talking to my lady. I was like, hey. I was like, with what these people believe, you could probably just walk in there and be like, hey, God has revealed to me that Warren Jeffs is no longer the voice or something. If you wanted to, just go in there and then let everybody go.
I'll be honest.
You could probably try that shit. You might get shot.
You might get shot.
You could probably try that shit, and it would be a good thing for the better. But I would hate to lie in the name of God.
Well, I mean, if you're lying in the name of God for the sake of God,
God would have to draw me for that. God would have to be like, Alex, go do that shit right now. Like for me to do
see,
that.
it's you say that it's like you're doing something wrong in the name of God, but like, would you though? If you're lying to save others, is it a lie?
See, now you're getting into the moral quandary.
Yeah, because like, yes, you're lying, but these people are being forced into marriages. They're being forced to live a certain way based under someone who claims that they get messages from God, a false prophet, if you will. Now, what is the job of a typical man of the robe? A man who follows devoutly amongst whatever religion they follow. Get rid of the naysayers so that they are not led down a separate path from what path they should be led.
Now, you got that. And then you also have, listen. All right, so I don't believe, like, there are things that are that are sin that, in my opinion, if you were depending, and this is all speculation and depending on how you look at it in the book, there are things that I believe if God were to call you to do, which technically, if God were to call you and be like, hey, go to these people and tell them these things, like say these, say follow this and like follow me, and you were to go and say that stuff, and you were to go, God has led me to come to you, you wouldn't be lying, because God would have drawn you.
Yeah.
If that's what you believe. But then at the same time, there's also scripture. We're to honor the Sabbath. You're not supposed to work on the Sabbath. But Jesus said, what are you going to do if you've got a crisis on the Sabbath? You've got to take care of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, don't let your family starve. You know what I'm saying? He's like, because that's not the will of God.
Yeah.
Which would then, so it really puts it all back into, you got to do what you got to do. But on something of that scale, you would need to be drawn. You'd need to be called. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's got their calling, everybody's got their gifts, their talents, their skills that they've honed, the passions that they have, and you could be like, oh no man, I work for my skill. It's like, yeah, but where did the passion come from?
Now my question.
Yes.
It's gonna sound stupid.
No such thing as a stupid
back
question.
in the day, whenever one was called, it was like, in writing, it was a voice, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that today, amidst all of this, do you think you'd find a different method to contact you? Send you like an email or a text?
I'm going to tell you something that's absolutely wild. I have a buddy who worked at a place around here, and he was struggling with something up here really hard. Something had happened at his job, and he was like, I don't think that's right. I think I need to get out of there. He started praying. He started praying hard and for days. Am I supposed to be here? If I'm not supposed to be at this job, because this job like gave him an excellent opportunity. Like he was on the rise at this job. He said, am I supposed to be here? If I'm not supposed to be here, Lord, will you let me know? And he's driving down, and they had started heavy road work on his way to work. A lot of stops. A lot of big signs that said no, turn away, like detour, go another way. And he was like, Lord, send me a sign. God sent about 10, 15 signs, and he quit that day. He said, y'all can have this job. I'm not kidding you, buddy.
Kind of just wish it was like a text. It's like, yo.
It essentially was a text because it was on the big signs.
Well, no, I'm thinking about how funny it would be if you're just like sitting down and you're like, man, this really isn't working out for me. Wish there was something else I could do. And he's just like, hey, yo. He sends you a you up text.
Oh, like it's legitimately God texting you.
Yeah, like just some number is texting you. You can't reply to the number, but you text the number and there's like, hey, yo, quit.
Hey, yo, so I'm not saying that it's out of the realm of possibility.
I think it'd be funny.
If you have experienced anything like this, like any just random happenstance, and you may consider it a coincidence and stuff, and it may just be a coincidence, you know. But if there's any crazy, insane, just like, yep, this was the sign that I saw that made me change something. Send it in the comments. Join the Discord. Tell us in the Discord. Let us know. I love these stories. Email us the story. The email is in the thing. In the description, probably. Is it?
The email? No, not the email.
Never mind.
I mean, comment sections are always open.
Drop that in the comments. Tell us in the comments. If you got a long story,
we got a Discord.
We got a Discord. Mention in the comments, be like, hey, I've got a story that I want to share with you, and
a story that's gonna knock your socks off.
I will make time. I will literally make time. I will contact you. I will make sure that I can get a hold of you to hear this story.
He'll contact you. I'll be working.
Yeah, I will make sure to contact you one way or another.
Contacting you is not in the question for me. I'll be sleeping or working. Mostly sleeping.
I'm about to try something here in a minute.
What?
About to try a double shot of double shot of James and Coke.
James and Coke.
Yeah. How's your drink coming?
About done, but it's not. I think I'm just not a whiskey guy.
Just not a whiskey guy.
I'm not feeling the vibe. Because like I can taste the barrel. It's so weird. In the beginning, like if you told me to taste the barrel, I would not know what you're talking about. But I taste only the barrel.
Well, the barrel's really what you...
and a hint of Coke.
Well, the barrel's really the dominant flavor in a whiskey. That's why it's got that like woody, earthy flavor. The like little like that is your grain bill, because it is fermented moonshine essentially, just with different grains.
Yeah.
Which traditionally moonshine, you know, whenever you think about that, it's corn and sugar, you know, but that's because that's like really easy stuff. Whenever you think about whiskeys and bourbons and stuff, it's like, oh, you know, there's rye and corn.
Yeah, there's a bit more of a process.
Other grains and stuff like that. It's just different grains, and you use your little fucking catalyst or whatever the enzymes. That's it, enzymes to break it down, you know.
And poop out alcohol.
Yeah,
you're drinking enzyme poop.
Yeast poop.
Yeast poop.
Yeast poop. Yeast poop.
Yeast poop.
To hear tell, it's hard to get a good rye. Like hard to make a good rye whiskey. Or hard to make a good rye moonshine. Apparently Jim Tom Hedrick had it pretty good. To hear tell. We may have to try that on the podcast one day, because Sugarlands actually has a flavor called Jim Tom's Unaged Rye.
So he's a fan of Sugarlands. I'm a fan of Smokey.
I had a lot of Sugarlands moonshine there for a long time. I gotta say, I love Sugarlands cream liquors.
I'm pretty big into creams, but I know that if I take too many creams, I will literally shit my pants.
Yeah, do you remember fucking, what was it?
Carolyn's.
Carolyn's
had a shit and funny for a week.
Oh. Carolyn's fucked me hard, dude.
I mean, I've seen that you're going for a third drink now.
Yeah, this one's gonna be a double shot.
2.
Put me at 4 shots of whiskey.
I have to pee.
You do?
I do.
Oh my god, when I gotta pee, I'm gonna end up having to pee a gallon.
I'm gonna do that, so that's a little out of the way. God. I moved from the fan, and the room is so much more warm than what I'm feeling right now.
Holy God. Dude. Don't you fall asleep on that toilet now.
Just hunch over.
Just slump.
Preferably not done.
Alright, everybody. We are now here once again for another story time with Alex. Alright, y'all, so fun fact, we were talking about psychology earlier, and this is something that happened when I was taking psychology in high school, right? Now, there's some little test, and it's supposed to, like, help you find out some things about yourself, but I wasn't sure about that. I don't remember who came up with it, and I can't remember what it was, but it was basically, they ask you questions, and you form a scenario in your head, right? And it's like, oh, you come across this thing, you come across whatever. It's like, what is the material that it's made of? What do you see? And, like, you come to a body of water. What does the body of water look like? You know, well, I have a very active imagination, and I have for a while. You know, I've worked in entertainment for a bit, and I hadn't played Dungeons and Dragons at this time, but like I like to think that I had a very active imagination. I played a lot of video games as a kid, but we were just going along, and I was like, okay, you know, like I see all this, and it's like a nice little, like, you know, Smoky Mountains, like woods type thing. And then she's like, and you come to a body of water. What is the body of water? Now, as I was walking in this, like, scenario that I had in my mind, you know, answering these questions, like, I'm just walking, and, like, I'm elevated, and I come to this, like, cliff, like, this just steep, rocky cliff that just kind of, like, goes down, and you see a few trees, and you see a beach, and the body of water that I see is actually an ocean. An ocean, like, you know, one of the four things we got, one of the oceans, and like no land for as far as you can see, right? Like just there, it is just everywhere. And I was like, yep, that's what I see, you know, thinking that she was gonna have us, like, you know, turn around or do whatever, like come across something else. No, she says, now what are you gonna do to cross this body of water? And at first I was like, I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to cross that ocean. It's just not what I'm going to do. And then, like, she started asking about, like, what you do after you cross a body of water. So I was like, you know what? No, I have to cross this body of water. I'm going to cross this body of water, damn it.
Are you talking about the boat thing?
I'm going to build a boat, is what I said. Come to find out, the size of the body of water is supposed to represent... Welcome back, sir.
Yes. I believe you've covered this story.
Oh, fuck, I probably have.
Thank you for letting everyone know once again how horny you are.
Yeah, the size of the body of water is supposed to represent your sexual desires, and the efforts that it would take for you to cross this body of water is the work that you will do to achieve your sexual desires. So I have an ocean of sexual desires, and I'll build a boat to cross them.
I'm not sure what that means, though.
I think that means that I was a 16-year-old boy, and I was
horny,
and I was willing to build Noah's Ark to come.
But what does that say about you, though? Like that can be taken in a multitude of ways.
But you've got to think, though. You've got to think, bro. In the beginning, I wasn't going to cross this. I was never going to fully explore my desires. And that may be true to this day. I don't fucking know.
Man, like a finger in the butt. Who knows?
Dude, I'm happy where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I may not cross because I love my life. I love the way I am. And I do apologize, everyone, for telling this story twice. Y'all may be thinking, oh my God, this story again. This
fucking guy.
You know, I think I might actually write some stories.
Do it.
Like, I might write some stories for this podcast because, guys, let's be honest. Chili Belly Billy and the fucking, what was it? Some stupid tree. The seed, like the leaves out of the tree that people got addicted to.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck? Was I
Where did that
thinking?
even come from?
Where did that was off the dome, dude. I made all that shit up on the fly.
That
was the stupidest shit
I love that
ever.
we come up with some pretty crazy stuff on the fly. I never really think that I have to do it, and then the second that I do, it just sort of rolls off.
Speaking of coming up with shit on the fly, this is something we've never done on this game before. It's something we've never done on the show before. What do you say that we engage in a nice improv game? We've not done this in a long time. We're both fucking actors, dude. We should be able to do this.
I mean, I'm always down for improv games. It's been so long since I've done anything improv. So I love improv. Well, technically my job is one big improv game. A big game of yes and.
Speaking of yes and, I can't remember what the game's called, but it's Storybook.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the one where it's the one word?
Oh, dear God.
What do you say we tell a story? We come up with a story together, because I'm always making up stories off the dome. I make up stories off the dome at work. I told a story the other day about how I run across a bear a bear run across me while I was fishing. I pissed my pants and jumped so high I cleared the river. It scared the shit out of me. Made that up on the fly.
Well, mainly scare the piss out of you.
Yeah, because I mean, all of a sudden there was this like 400 or 500 pound black bear that was just there while I was fishing. So I, as I jumped, pissing across the river.
The piss propelled me.
I didn't get that graphic with it, as you may know. But anyway, would you be interested in playing this game with me?
I would, but the question will be how bored are people going to get of us just one-wording it?
Nah, man. Nah, we just can't think about it. We just got to let it fly.
Nah, man. You don't get boring, I said.
No,
nah,
dude,
man.
No, we're not going to get boring. Y'all hang in with us. This may end up on the TikTok depending on how good it goes.
Oh, dear God.
Okay. And once
there
was
a
leaf
branch
that
shook
with
the
winds. Period.
Then
there
was
an
catastrophe.
Okay, we'll say that was a period. The
man
with
the
purple
the only thing that came to mind was headed.
Okay, purple-headed snake. Just scrap and start over. Do you want to try this
Keep it going.
Purple-headed snake. I've had 3 fucking drinks, dude.
Purple-headed snake.
This is a catastrophe
with
now. Purple-headed snake with a
original
thought
of
pineapples
in
its
teeth.
You want to end that one and say period? Or do you
Period.
Want to period? The
purple-headed snake
bit
off
the
man's
branch
with
the
leaf.
Period.
Buried.
That's a fucking story, man.
What the fuck? That took a turn for a second.
It did, dude.
You said purple, and I was like, the only thing that came to my mind was headed, and I don't know what that says about me. Buddy, I don't have an ocean. I've got the Marianas Trench.
Oh my god. I love shit like that, dude.
I miss doing improv a whole lot. That was something that I pride myself on when I was in high school.
You know, like, Oh, dude, I loved playing games like that in high school. One of them that I really loved was Park Bench. Whenever there's a bunch of people.
Park bench.
Okay, so essentially, Park Bench is you have 3 chairs, right?
Mm.
And like usually there's a lot of people in it, and you give the 2 people that are sitting there originally, the characters, right? And they could be anything, and they have to carry out a scene like they're sitting on a park bench together. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So it could be like an old granny feeding ducks and an irresponsible mom. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. And they got to carry out that scene. And then the like it's improv because obviously they're talking out this scene with those characters. But then somebody comes in, right? And then there's 3 people on the bench, and then one of those characters leaves, and you cycle through like that. It's like a park bench.
Like Forrest Gump style.
Yeah.
Except instead of Forrest Gump staying, they rotate.
Everybody leaves. Yeah, everybody goes through. Like, I think one time I ended up being a cow. Like, I came in, like, I was saying something like, I came in and I was like, oh yeah, I'm a farmer. Have you seen my cow? Or something like that. And they were like, dude, this is the city park in the middle of Manhattan. No, I've not seen your cow. And then somebody comes waddling in. And I'm like, oh, Betsy, I can't wait to milk you. And I was pretending to milk this dude like up here. In high school.
So, in my theater experience, whenever we did any kind of improv, the thing that made me famous in school was 3 things. The Ghost of SCHS, which I've showed you.
Yes.
Elwood P. Dowd from Harvey. And the man who was deathly afraid of chairs. All 3 of those things had something to do with theater. The Veterans Day program, someone took a picture, they noticed that there was a figure called the Ghost of SCHS. It was me. I verified it. It is me. The second, Elwood P. Dowd. That was a show that we did. That was the last show that I did in that class. I cried the last scene. Hardcore. I was fucking bawling because like the movie's old. If you haven't seen it, sucks to suck. So Elwood P. Dowd can like see this rabbit. It's called a puka, which is from Celtic mythology. Mm-hmm. It's from people who drink too much, do too much drugs, whatever. Mm-hmm. They just see this being, and if he takes this serum, he won't see him anymore. But he'll become aggressive. He'll become the exact opposite person that he is, because Elwood P. Dowd is like the nicest dude. He'll invite you over to dinner. He'll give you money, whatever you want. He's a crowd. He's a people pleaser. He's a people pleaser. But after this serum, he won't be. He'll be the exact opposite person that he was. And like in the movie, he doesn't do it. In the show, he didn't do it. But there's like a scene where he finally like gives in. He's like, you know what? Clearly, everyone is distressed about me hanging out with Harvey. I'll go take the serum. And in that scene, whenever we were doing it, I was like, "Oh fuck! This is the last show that I'm gonna do in this whole for my entire career for school. So this is the last scene, and it's a super sad scene already because this is the quote unquote death of Elwood P. Dowd, and the birth of whoever is about to come out after he takes the serum. Again, he doesn't take it, but it was like that's what was running through my head. And so I look at my sister in the show, and she sees me just welling up with tears. And so she starts welling up with tears, and she is just like, we're like trying to not have a breakdown in the middle of the show. And I was like, fuck. And that's that then. I'll be back in a bit. And then I walked off, and I was like, fuck. It's trying to pull myself back together.
It's heartbreaking.
It was so bad, man. It was rough because like that was like my favorite. It's my favorite movie and my favorite show that I've ever been in. And I fucking landed the main guy for that whole thing. I was like, fuck yeah. And my teacher was awesome. She always tried to make it to where like even though yes, Elwood was the main character, I'm not the main character.
Right.
She was awesome about keeping you humble. And if you weren't humble,
she would get you that way, huh?
She would fix your shit so fucking quick. She don't care about who your dad is. She don't care about who your mom is, what family you were raised in. Didn't give a shit. You are shit in her eyes, no matter where you're from, myself included. She would scream at me for no reason at all. No reason. Literally, I would just be breathing. She'd start fucking... I'd drop a pencil. And then she died of liver cancer.
I remember you talking about that.
You know what's crazy?
What?
All the teachers that I genuinely loved died of cancer. That's crazy. It's so weird. It's like Edgar Allan Poe. All of his people that he loved in his life dying of tuberculosis. It's weird.
That is weird, yeah.
Because my teacher, Mr. Bradley, he passed away due to lung cancer. And he was awesome. Like, if I wanted anyone to be my dad, it was that dude. Never had a dad a day in my life. That dude, he was my dad for the most part of what I was concerned. Because I'm pretty sure we talked about this on the podcast before, but like, he stood up for me every step of the way. Anything that some teacher would try to shoot me down for, he's like, no, this kid is one of the best that I have. He pays attention. He gets good grades in my class. He knows what he's doing. He doesn't have a problem. You have a problem with his existence. You need to step down, calm down, do your job, figure yourself out. Ms. Parkhurst, my theater teacher, was amazing. She shaped me into the performer that I am today because she had no problem with stomping your shit out. If you start getting a big head, you'd be like, oh, wait, do you know who I am? No, she'd fix your shit. She'd remind you who you are.
Yeah.
And you ain't shit.
Right.
There's some... like, it runs all the way back full circle. You know, there's some great people in your life. There's some terrible things in your life. Those are some of the best people in my life. People who I, to this day, owe a lot to.
Yeah, man.
Man, what a sappy episode.
This did turn into a sap. I think it's the whiskey.
Probably. It's my sorrow drink. Because last night I was drinking the... no, it wasn't last night. Was it last night? I don't remember anymore. I drink a little more often. Because I bring alcohol home from most, if not all, of the people who bring me alcohol to work. So
I said, just don't drink every day, dude.
Not every day.
Yeah, make sure you actually don't get dependent on this shit.
Yeah, no. Like, because in the beginning, I was like, with the things that were going on, I was like, I just need a drink and just, go to sleep. I did that for like 2-3 nights, and I was like, this sucks. And it's expensive. I won't go play video games. So I put my little VR headset on, and I started doing my thing.
Oh, man. I had so much fun doing VR at your house that time.
Well, now that we have our new spot, it's a larger area as well, and I won't have to worry about accidentally punching someone in the kidneys.
Yeah, it's gonna be me.
It's gonna be you.
You'd be like, hey, Derek. Hey, Derry.
I just start beating the fuck out of you.
Like I'm just laying there, just fucking.
Man, this VR is really real, bro. What the fuck?
She'd be like, man, I love the resistance feature now. It really feels like I'm hitting bone.
I can feel the bones breaking.
Man, I love the new simulation, man. It really feels like blood is just splattering all over my body.
And you just this character really sounds like he's begging me to stop.
And it's just me.
It even knows my name. Derek, please.
I've got no teeth. They're all like in my stomach. And I'm just sitting there fucking, please stop it.
Please stop, please. And then after I take it off, you're just laying there like Loki from the Avengers. It's like from Invincible. From Invincible, you're just think. I'm like, think, Alex. You really think that being near me while playing VR is a good idea? Yeah. What will happen whenever I take my headset off? You'll see you beat the shit out of me. And I'm just like, and then I just fly out through the roof.
That's when I learned that you had the power to fly, and I'm like, why weren't we filming that as content? We could have made it by now.
Content. People would have followed for that shit. What the fuck, man? Why are you... When did you...
I didn't even want to play VR today.
It was your idea. Film a video, he said. Make good content, he said.
Oh,
and then just the viewers are just like...
What viewers? They would have all left.
No, they'd be like, what's going on?
That would be
What's
like,
the tea, Becky?
yeah, there's tea, man. There's a story here. I'm just laying there bloody.
Someone call an ambulance. We're live streaming. Someone call an ambulance. I'm like, yo, Lamau.
Yo.
Hey, yo, let's go.
Like, I see, it's like I have an eye on the fucking Twitch thing, and I'm just like, Big Richie 23, thanks for subbing, dude.
Thanks for the tier 3 sub.
Like, and it just starts reading, that fucking sucks, man. Hope you get to feeling better soon.
Man, that really blows, man. Please feel better soon. Thanks for your thoughtful wishes. Let me write your name on the board.
And it's just in blood, and I just like finger down.
You try to like turn over to like show your butt like on all the female Twitch streamers. Let me write your name on the board. You can hear the bones grinding as you just cock to the side, and you're just.
Oh my god!
And you slowly etch their name.
Like, it's a bloody thirst trap. Oh man, I love this shit. I love this show so fucking much. We go from sappy to ridiculous. Derek can fly. I'm beaten senseless, bloody on the ground. Thank you for your subs. Yeah, just responding while trying to show my ass. My fucking bloody ass. That's deflated because it's been popped due to the punches.
It's inverted. Instead of being a butt cheek, it's just a butt den. Think, Alex.
Oh my gosh, dude, that would be. Oh my gosh. What has this show become? Also, would you like for me to make you another drink?
We'll try out for another drink.
Okay. I'm so sorry.
What'd you do?
Bumped the mic.
You boomed the meek? Boomed the McDonald.
The Mike Donald?
The Mike Donald.
Name my Mike Donald now.
Put it on there. Oh yeah, look at him go. Gorgeous.
I can still mix a drink or two.
Mix a drink or two. Put it in my
Drink or tea.
loins.
We've had so much fun.
Oh my god, have we reached? Oh, we've almost reached 2 hours already. Look at us go. I'm still awake.
Keep ye in mind, the first like 15 minutes was the pre-episode.
I mean, still. Usually we're making it to like an hour and I'm already knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, we're at like an hour and a half of the episode.
Yeah.
Thereabouts. And you're still drinking.
I'm still drinking. Granted, it's kind of just me going for it at this point.
Yeah, I'm fucking good. Feeling good. If I finish my drink, I may... You're gonna think I'm fucking insane. If I finish my drink, I may have another. Because this shit is just that good.
I'd probably lay off a bit.
I'm not that drunk, though.
Okay.
Like, that's the thing. Like, you know how usually, like, you get that feeling up in your head, and you're like, I'm done?
I'm good.
I'm not at that point yet.
Okay. As long as you don't reach past that point.
That point's where you get sick.
Yeah. That was a point that I almost got at the bar the other night.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Like that's the point where I was like, I'm done. Take this away. Give me a water.
Yeah, I need water now. Stat.
Like 5 minutes ago, give me water.
Yeah, man,
I still remember that place. Did I ever tell you about what happened in that place?
Which one?
The gnome.
Yeah, which one? Which time? What are you talking about? You talking about our good buddy?
Yeah.
Talking about our good buddy?
Yeah.
Oh, he got kicked out. He got kicked out.
He
That
got
place,
hard
you don't
kicked
get
out.
kicked. You don't get kicked out of that place.
Yeah, no.
Like that's just something that don't happen, and he got kicked out.
So this is gonna incriminate me a little bit. Well, not really incriminate, but if anyone that works there ever finds this podcast, I'm totally getting banned. So me and my buddy, we're going out, trying drinks and things like that. He is very much a gin guy. He loves gin. I do not. I do not like gin. And so he's running, and I'm matching him shot for shot. But I'm a bigger fella compared to him, buddy. He weighs like $105, if that. And I'm matching him shot to shot. But because he's so small, his body has less to process the alcohol. So he's getting swashed. I'm still feeling good. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want any more shots. So he's taking my shots for me. And eventually I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to go get like a water or something else to drink or something. I leave and I turn around and he's like slumped over on the couch. And I'm checking in on him like, hey, wake up. And he's vomited all over the couch.
Oh,
I remember it so vividly because we had chicken and rice for dinner at work.
that's disgusting.
And it was just covering the entirety of the couch practically. So I have to get him up. I'm hiking him up. I'm like, come on, man, we got to go to the bathroom. We got to get you right. So I take him in there, and he thinks that he needs to shit. So he takes his pants off, cop squat. And I'm like, that's not what I brought you in for. Bouncer comes in.
That's not what you've been arrested for, sir.
Yeah, bouncer comes in. They're yelling at me to get him out because he's becoming a liability. If something happens to him on their premises, they can be sued for something that is basically out of their hands besides the fact that they overserved him. It is what it is. But he's just sitting there. She's yelling at me. I'm telling her just to hold on for one whole second so I can get him right, so we can get him out, so we can get him to calm down. Take a minute. He was almost at alcohol poisoning level.
Yeah, like bad.
He heavily
Like if
overdrank.
Like if you're getting sick, I thought if you were getting sick that you were at the poisoning level.
No. It's whenever you're passing out heavily. Like you are 2 steps below that.
Like you're just like,
Yeah. Whenever you're passing out, like sitting straight up, you're there. Now, don't freak out, people, just because I did that on the podcast. It's just because I'm tired.
he, you could see he wasn't drinking that much. I'm not saying you don't drink. I'm
He
just
said
saying.
I don't drink.
I'm not saying you don't drink. I'm not saying that you don't drink. I'm just saying that. Listen at me. Let me tell you something, buddy. You do a good job.
At least I drink.
I think the reason why you didn't fall asleep this time is because we threatened you with a full shot of.
That and also the fan. The fan definitely has helped. Like, I felt myself leaving there for a second, but as I moved back and forth and let the fan kind of cover me up.
Then you were like a full shot of Ownby.
Full shot of Ownby. Good evening, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, and welcome to another installment of the 5 o'clock reboot.
I thought you were about to bring up the application again. I was about to be like, no, we were having such a good streak.
We had such a good
I was doing such a good job with the podcast. And you get
You know how
fired.
you didn't do a good job with the podcast?
Huh?
You know how you didn't do a good job with the podcast?
No.
What's not happening right now? What's not happening right now?
You're not finishing your story. That's what's not happening. Right
As
now.
we speak right now, what's not happening? Think hard, boy. Think hard.
For a second, I got really concerned. I was about to be like, is it recording?
Wouldn't that be some shit?
I would be so mad.
Think hard. The answer's in front of you.
I'm not talking into the mic.
Not that.
I'm not drinking.
Not that.
What?
Think a little more outside of 2 feet of you. Focus a little more on the technology.
Am I not looking into the camera?
No?
We've got both mics going.
Mm-hmm. And we're clearly recording.
Clearly we're recording.
But there's something missing.
What the fuck? My other light.
I didn't really think about that, but...
Oh fuck, I'm a failure twice now, then.
What did we say that we were going to do?
Stream this on Twitch.
It's too late now. We're 2 hours in, boy.
And I was so proud when I started this too. I was like, guys, I got my whole setup. I'm using the other thing as a monitor.
We got a whole gang together.
I've got everything set up. We checked the mics. Like, I fixed my mic setting. Dude, my mic setting wasn't where it was. Whenever I was just plugging in my mic and like switching it back in to plug it in, I wasn't adjusting the fucking like the FX echo and shit like that. I was just leaving that down. And I think that's why I sound like ass. But anyway, here we are. So he's fucking dropped Trout completely. A lady's in your face being like, get him out of here because he's a liability. What's going on?
So, like we eventually get him out. He calms down just a little bit. He's not yakking everywhere. We get him up. We get him out of the building. We set him down on the bench, and she's apologizing to me for being rude about it. And I said, look, I understand what's going on. If something happens to him, it's your guys' problem. My job was to make sure that he's okay before I try to get him off premises, because you guys did overserve him. They did. He got sloshed. He didn't pregame. And I was just like, yeah, it's fine. It's okay. It's cool. It's whatever. Wait for his ride to show up. I stuff him into their car. They drive off. And I go to head back in. They're like, we've never seen someone take care of somebody like fully to the end and got them in a car and got them on their way home. I was like, I mean, what else am I supposed to do? I said, do you want a drink? I was like, fuck yeah. I was like, yeah, I want a fucking drink.
Dude,
after having to deal with that shit.
That's so beautiful, you know? Because they were like, you're a good friend. You're a friend of the establishment.
You're a good friend. You want a drink?
Yeah, man. Like, was it a drink on you or was it a drink on them?
It was a drink on them.
I've never had that before. Actually, I could have had that last time I went and watched a friend of mine play at a bar. That was the only time that anyone ever offered me a drink. I was talking with this guy from like fucking Minnesota, and him and his family were there and stuff, and like we were talking. I'd had 3 beers already. I was done. I was like, this show goes from 6 to 9. That's a beer an hour. I'll be sober by fucking 9. I'm not having another. You know what I'm saying? I'm not risking shit. And this was at like, mind you, this was like 7 o'clock. I slammed 3 pints like nobody's business. It was so smooth. He was like, can I get you a drink? And I'm like, nah, man. I'm like, how about this? Next time you come down here, if you see me in any of these bars, or how about this? If you ever see me up in any of them bars up in your way in Minnesota, you owe me a beer. Sound good? And he was like, sounds good to me. I'll probably never see this man again in my life. And
but
I'm
you know,
okay
the
with that.
second that he spots you, he's like, want a drink?
I'm going to have to say yeah.
Got to.
I told him. Next time he sees me, he owes me a drink. I told him. He owes me a beer. That's how I'm going to drink free the rest of my life. I'm going to go around collecting beers from
Beer debt.
everybody.
You collect beer debt.
I love talking about, like, this is making a full circle. I just got to say, I can't say it enough. I love talking to people from different areas.
I love just meeting new people. Meeting new people. You have this thing where you don't really think about your life experiences are your life experiences, and that's that. People who are strangers to you don't know you.
They don't know your life experiences. You also don't know their life experience.
Exactly. You don't know anything about them. They don't know anything about you. It's always fun just to go out and just meet new people, because you never know what you're going to learn about them. You never know what kind of experiences they had, what they've done, what kind of life they lived. Who knows? Maybe you're sitting across the table from a murderer. Who knows? But hey.
You never know.
You never know.
I mean, it could be anything, dude. Like, and 9 times out of 10, if you get somebody talking, they'll tell you a story.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, and it all it has to be is a relatable story. And you can just be like, I was in high school once, dude. And they're like, yeah, me back when I was in high school. Which then again, that was back in whatever year it was. There was this girl that I had, and I took her out back, and she and I used to shag by the dumpsters. You know, and you're just like, dude, I didn't know that about you. But now I know you have really low standards. This is cool. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, we've been running this for a pretty hot minute now. What time are we at?
Oh, if we were to take back the other stuff, we're running at like an hour 40 some odd. Okay. I think it's about a good time.
About a good time. Because I was thinking about it, you know. What are you thinking about this drink?
I'm not thinking about fucking Ownby. Dude, James is treating me pretty good.
James is treating me decent.
James treating me pretty good. He mixes well. I mean, he's interesting on his own.
A little dominant.
He's not a 5.
He's not a 5.
No, he's not a 5. And I don't want to say that he's not near because he's a good tasting whiskey.
It's good.
It's just, I think that his grain bill's, like, I don't know what his grain bill is, but, like, it kicks. Like, the grain overpowers the barrel too much for me. Like, there's a healthy balance that needs to have. And I think that however they're distilling that needs to be refined. Or maybe they need to age it just a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But overall, I gotta say, man, James Ownby's sitting pretty high up there. I think I'm gonna give James Ownby like a 435.
That's a little lower than I expected.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm sticking to my guns. 435, and that is because I had to mix him. I was like, I actually considered going back for another straight one, but I don't want to feel that. James Ownby by itself didn't make me feel good. By itself made me feel bad. Like it crawled way too much. Which is understandable, you know. Like, I like a good burn. I like a good hug here and there. That was not a hug. That was a fucking death squeeze.
That was straight up Kratos falling into hell and just taking his blades going and then just sliding down your throat.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It wasn't very comfortable for me.
Like, and it wasn't quick. Like, the suffering was prolonged.
Yes.
You know, like, Kraken wasn't that way. Kraken didn't burn like that.
Kraken was pretty simple, and I enjoyed that.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, as far as the burn goes, and
yeah,
Kraken was...
No, it was a very simple one, and once the burn was done, the burn was done.
I say Kraken was actually the same ABV as this. So, I'm sorry, but I can't rate you, like, higher than that, especially because of the feel, the flavor, it doesn't necessarily go hand in hand. You know, so there is definitely that. But you mix well, you'll get the job done. If somebody offered me an Ownby and Coke, I would take it. I would take that shit in a heartbeat. That is delicious, even if it's a double shot. Double shot's even pretty good. I may end up having another drink after we end this show. I may. I don't fucking know.
Well, you may have as much as you like. Now, personally, I feel a lot of the same feelings. But personally, I find this to be more to a 445 range.
High.
Very high.
That's higher than I expected out of you.
And now the reason is because while, yes, it is still a whiskey and I don't like whiskeys, it was good to mix. Now that we have like
Delicious.
a proper unit to mix things with, I actually enjoyed it a bit. Not entirely a huge fan. Tends to happen. But it mixes well. The one thing that really killed me about it was that first one's free. First one's free kind of went back and forth. The burn, the itch, the numbing, not a huge fan. Kind of in between there on that, but it was like dominant, if that makes sense. Even in a Coke.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I think I've had 5 shots of this.
And plus, I constantly feel something in my stomach ready to go, and I don't like that, so...
Yeah, it does sit really heavy, especially depending on how it's mixed. Like, I said I would drink a double shot of this and Coke, but you better not. Like, they would charge me way too much of it because there's too much alcohol in it. But no. That's
not a fan. Not a big guy about it. But I mean, based upon what we've gathered here today, and significant evidence to prove the worth of these drinks, what are you wearing?
What am I wearing? As I stand upon the mountaintops. It is a winter. It is a cold winter, but I don't care. I really don't care. Like that. The cold doesn't bother me right now.
Cold didn't.
I have so much alcohol in my system. I'm gonna be able to survive in this cold so long, because I am at the peak. I am at a peak in the Smoky Mountain Range. And with this snow on the ground, I have a board, and it's glorious. And I say, you know what, man? You get to live on this earth once. So I take my board. I don't even strap it to anything. I'm just that fucking good.
Like a snowboard?
Yeah, like a snowboard. I'm just that fucking good. I'm not strapped to anything.
James Bonding that shit.
Because I don't want anything on my body. Because of how hot I am. Because of how much alcohol I've had. I am butt naked. My nutsack is dragging in the wind. I am going down this hill at Mock Jesus, ducking, bobbing, weaving trees, man. I'm having the time of my life. I am zooted butt naked right now, buddy.
Excellent.
Now, Derek, I gotta ask, what are you wearing?
No, I did only have one. I've been trying to power through and have the rest of them, but it's not working on me right now. I'm not exactly zooted but naked. I'm not really feeling on that all that jazz, you know. But, I mean, if we were to think about it, I'm just kind of sitting in a sauna, right? They tell you to remove most, if not all, clothes, but I was pretty self-conscious about it. I got incredibly heavily sweaty, and I just kind of like melted into the ground a little bit from that point forward. Self-confidence, there, gone, boom. So, based upon what I'm wearing after witnessing this, I don't know, man. I'm pretty okay with no sock policy, you know. No sock policy. But, you know, I try to take my pants off. The belt's locked. Doesn't want to do. So I was like, okay, whatever, fine. I'll just live it out in this. I go to take my shirt off. My shirt's buttoned in. You know, it's tucked. I don't want to ruin my shirt. Can't ruin my shirt, so I still got my socks off. I look up at my hat that I got hanging up. I take it, put it on, put it up, take it off, put it back. I say, nah. So I'm not zooted but naked. A couple more shots. Who knows? Maybe I'd go hunting.
I feel you, dude. I feel you. I have had a considerable amount more. I drank a lot
A little
tonight.
bit. But now, whoa, there it is.
There it is, buddy. Everybody, we would like to thank you so much for tuning in on this, the 30th installment of the 30th, absolutely, installment of the 5 o'clock reboot. We hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you did, let us know. Let us know in the comments. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you didn't like this episode, be sure to let us know. Be sure to comment and subscribe. And,
if you didn't like us, comment and subscribe.
Comment and subscribe, because we will, like, if you have any suggestions, we will take them into consideration. We will look. We do want to provide the best content possible, and be that by whatever feedback there is. Okay? Now, y'all, if you are finding us on YouTube and you're like, I don't want to open up YouTube, find us on Spotify. You know, go there, follow us. You can do all the things you need to do on Spotify. If you found us on Spotify and you're like, I want to know what these boys look like, find us on YouTube. You know, subscribe to the channel. Help us grow. We're wanting to grow to the community. Tell your friends about us. You know, tell everybody you know. If you think they'll like the 5 o'clock reboot, be like, hey, got this podcast, tons of fun, something you can just switch your brain off. You ain't got to pay attention to. You ain't gonna miss nothing. Don't worry. You know, let everybody know. You know, get everybody to join the 5 o'clocker army. If you guys want to get in touch with us and talk with us a little bit more, Like I said, comment, but also feel free to join the Discord, which is in the link in the description below. There's a link to that. Also, if you would like to see and or buy the shirts that we have, or if you want to, if you like us and want to get our stuff early, get our content early, or if you want to get some of the behind the scenes stuff that we release, be sure to join the Patreon. Guys, I want to thank y'all again so much for watching this episode. Do you have anything to add before we close out this meeting?
You've been pretty much a professional at this ever since I've been falling asleep on stream. It's very, very simple. Share it to everybody. Hang out with everybody. Love each other.
Yeah, love each other.
Worst comes worst, just poop in the same bathroom.
Poop in the same bathroom, dude. Do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Y'all, we love yins, we thank yins, and you know what? We'll catch yins in the next one. Bye.